Hey everybody, it's Dina Rico with the Creativity Cave, and I am so excited to share with you this beautiful project. I love it so much because it's really easy and it's so pretty to make, and it incorporates some of this gorgeous printed paper that is part of our buy three get one free sale that's going on this month with Stampin' Up. This is October. So let me show you what I used to create this. First of all, I have a really pretty color scheme. It is Peekaboo Peach, Tangerine Tango, Wild Wasabi, Tranquil Tide, and Early Espresso, which I think are great colors together and perfect for fall. Next, I have started, well, actually, I'm using the Painted Harvest stamp set, which is absolutely one of my favorites from the holiday catalog. I love this stamp set, and I love that this image has a coordinating punch, which is part of a bundle at a discount, so that's awesome. And by the way, I love this set so much, I have a great online class for it. You can check that out. There's actually a link in the description of this video to register for the online class and see the details about it. And the last thing that I use is the Painted Autumn printed paper pack. In fact, I like this paper so much. I bought 3 packs of it so I could get another one free. I love the paper so much. I've been using a ton of it. And I think that's actually my 3rd package to begin with. So I really have been going through lots, and it's just so pretty. One of the things that I've noticed about printed paper is you like to hoard them, but you don't always like to use them. So I'm going to give you some tips on using your printed paper. And I have to show you one more thing. I have another project. I'm going to give you a little sneak peek. This is going to be on my blog tomorrow. It is an adorable little chocolate dispenser, although I am dispensing Reese's Pieces because there's nothing better. And this will be on my blog tomorrow complete with a video tutorial, so check that out. And that is part of that Painted Autumn DSP pack, so you're definitely going to want to get some. Okay, now on my card, I've got a couple tips and tricks for you. So first of all, I'm going to start with, I've got a Wild Wasabi card base all folded up here and ready to go. I'm going to add to it a layer of Tranquil Tide, and this, I have to be honest with you, is a color I have not really gotten too crazy about yet, but I'm finding I have enjoyed using it in a few places. It's kind of a pretty color. It's kind of a green but with a blue hue to it versus like a warmer like old olive hue, so that's kind of nice. And I'm getting there. So now I also have a piece of very vanilla cardstock. I'm going to go ahead and stamp my thank you. The thank you is actually from the stamp set Eastern Beauty. I wanted to use that because it was smaller and fit in this little corner, whereas the sentiments in the Painted Harvest stamp set were just a little bit too big for that and for this particular card. Okay, so I've got that. Next, I'm going to take and work with my beautiful flower. Now, one thing I'm going to tell you about this Painted Autumn stamp set is if you haven't played with it, definitely take some scrap paper and mess around with it. I'm going to give you some tips on how to get good impressions with this. Okay, guys, this is like the 3rd time I've shot this. I never redo videos, but I realized that my color combination is wrong. And I think it's really not actually the biggest deal, but I, in my sample, used Calypso Coral, and in my, what I just did, I stamped Tangerine Tango. I'm reshooting this, so this is like take 3. But let me show you what I did, and then you can laugh or whatever. I don't even know. So one more time, I am going to stamp my solid background portion of my stamp in Peekaboo Peach. Now this is going to be lighter and darker, completely uneven, and that is by design. You can see in the card that this is what, or in the stamp case, this is a very uneven image, and that's exactly how it's supposed to be. Then we're going to take our detail image, and this time, let me clean off the I can't even say it, Tangerine Tango ink, because that's the wrong color. Because I think actually it wouldn't matter that much, but I actually pre-cut a scalloped circle in in Calypso Coral. So we're going to stick with that because then it'll all match. Okay, so Calypso Coral is the detail on top. And I've given different suggestions for lining this up, but the most recent one that I came up with that is really easy is you can see this particular petal is kind of wonky looking compared to the rest. It sticks out the furthest. And what I'm going to do is take and ink my detail image, and you can see right here is a heart. That heart is actually going to line up with this petal. And I know that seems weird, but it actually works pretty well. Okay, so I've got it kind of on here. I'm also paying attention to the center so that I'm stamping this roughly, you know, centers are roughly lined up. And then when I pull that off, my card is pretty well lined up. I could have been over just a touch more, but that's not half bad. Now, when I made this card, I thought about cutting out this fussy cutting. And then I thought, you know, it would be way easier is if it punched. Oh, yes, we can do that. Let me show you how. To first of all, finish it up by stamping the center in Early Espresso ink. And I often stamp this a couple times just because you can see I kind of have that halo there and I want to get rid of that. So when I stamp it a few times, you can see that mainly goes away. I'll also take the little dots and stamp that right in the center as well, just because it's kind of cute. Okay. Now, wouldn't it be easier if we punched it? Oh, we can take the 2 1/4 inch circle punch, and it is just right to punch that beautiful flower out. And isn't that faster and way easier than fussy cutting? I think so too. So we've got that done. It looks fantastic. So I'm going to set that aside. We're also going to stamp a couple of leaves. So to do that, I'm going to use Wild Wasabi and Tranquil Tide ink. So I'll start with my solid leaf in Wild Wasabi on some scrap of Very Vanilla, just like that. And then we'll do the detail image right over the top. And then, of course, the beauty about this is there's already a punch that punches these out. So that is fantastic. And I'll just stamp those like so. They're not lined up perfectly, but that's okay. And I'll show you when you punch it, you'll never even know if they weren't exactly right. So there is one punch, and here is the second. So that is perfect. All right, now what you know I like doing this. I'm going to add some dimension by just kind of wiggling each of these leaves so they're not flat. They're kind of, you can see there's some 3D effect to them. And then I'm going to take my 2 1/4 inch circle punch and layer it to a coordinating scallop circle. So to do that, I'll just adhere this. And this scallop circle is from the Layering Circles Framelits. There we go. Now, when I go to put this on my card, so you can see the Tangerine Tango is similar, but just a little bit more warm orangey, and this is cool corally. So that's the difference. This is a great color combination too, by the way. Okay, now I also have a piece of my printed paper that I mentioned at the beginning. I love this paper so much. I'm going to take and cut it with my triple banner punch. And I've got a 2-inch piece, and I'm just going to punch it so the very end is punched off. So that gives me my awesome banner. And then I'll adhere this to my card. I'm going to curl this up just a touch too. And this side is really pretty in that paper too, but I love this watercolor striped look. And oops, I'm going to move this over ever so slightly. Just want to make sure it doesn't cover up my thank you. So I've got that on there. We'll attach that to my card that I've built up so far. Got those skinny little layers that peek through, which I love. And then I'm going to arrange the parts that I've punched so they fit on there just right. That looks pretty good. So first of all, I'm going to take and put a little adhesive right here just to tack that down, and right here. And then, of course, you know what's happening to this. We're popping it up. So we'll take and put some dimensionals on here, and then we'll stick it right on like so. Now there's one last thing we've got to do, and that of course is to put some clear Wink of Stella on here. I'm going to make sure I didn't pick up any of my early espresso ink before I color on my coral section, but I've just covered this with some Wink of Stella, and that makes for a beautiful sparkly flower. Isn't that awesome? So I hope you've loved this card. I hope you love the stamp set. Again, I have an online class for you with this. If you're interested, you can register with the link that's in the description of this video. I also have one more card to share with you on my blog, so make sure you check that out. There's a video for this one too, and it features a different set of printed paper. Isn't that beautiful? So check it out. Thanks so much for stamping with me today, guys. Have a great day. Bye.